talking about the incident that happened in Wisconsin with the parade.
Yes.
The parade accident in Waukesha.
Yes, Waukesha, Wisconsin.
And
about 45 minutes out from Milwaukee.
okay.
Yeah.
45 minutes? Wow. So, I think we were talking earlier about like the guy behind it, and he's from Milwaukee. So that's interesting to hear that he drove. Well,
his name's
he's from Milwaukee. Does that mean he lives there, or does that mean
I'm just assuming Daryl Brooks is the name.
I don't know. That's weird.
He's a rapper from the Milwaukee area. He's been charged for driving his vehicle through a Christmas parade. There's I believe 5 fatalities now, and then it's fucking terrible. And then there's been 40 people injured.
Wow, yeah, that's so wild.
It was crazy too because he just was released from jail
like 2 days before
for also attempting to run someone over with his car.
Yeah, he was trying to run over his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
crazy. That's so wild.
Yeah, it's like such a fucked up circumstance. Yeah. I feel like I was telling Adam this. I watched too many videos of it, like from different angles, and Adam and I also just rewatched a bunch of them again.
Yeah, it's just so crazy.
It's like blatantly obvious, especially. We were talking to the internet's definitely trying to cover up a lot of the footage too, or like censor it or like delete it. We've noticed they deleted this guy Daryl Brooks had a bunch of rap profiles that have been either put on private or deleted too. But yeah, these videos, especially, I mean, do not watch them if you don't are not comfortable with it. But like some of the overheads, it's like blatantly obvious.
Sad,
it was intentional. It's
very sad.
Yeah, but those videos are graphic, so obviously don't feel obligated to like watch it if you're not comfortable. But yeah, all the angles we watched just before we started recording this, and then anything I saw when it first broke was pretty cut and dry. Like, it looked very intentional. Apparently, there's another violent incident they were fleeing from or something like that.
Yeah, it just like the one view that we saw was like from an apartment or something like above the downtown area. And
like someone who lived over a residential spot.
But it's crazy that so many people were recording this one incident of this, this SUV just barreling through a marching band. Like, that is just so, like, it's so sad. Like, in high school, I was in marching band. Like, so I remember walking down the main street, with the instrument. Yeah, right, I mean. And so, like, it just makes me think, like, oh, shit. Like, that could have happened to me, dude. Like, that's crazy.
That was the most graphic part of the video, and I'm going to describe it a little bit. But, like, people need to know, like, understand that these things, are taking place, and they are, like, this bad. But, like, the worst fucking footage we saw was, like, in that overhead video, and essentially, this guy fucking came up to the drum line, like the back half of the band.
Yeah, and just kind of like
deliberately just accelerated through a line of kids. Is absolutely it was terrible, and like continued to accelerate through the rest of the band. It was awful.
We were kind of talking about, like, as messed up as it is. Like, we were kind of making the point, like, if you're gonna barrel through a parade like that, I feel like you would want to go like as fast as you can and do like as much damage as you can. But this guy was even worse than that, like, because he deliberately like slowed down and then accelerated like before he hit people,
multiple occasions too. Yeah, lined it up like a real just pile of shit.
Yeah, and it was like he kind of he maneuvered, like it was like he sought out a target and was like, I'm getting her. It's just weird, yeah. I don't know. It's just it's messed up, and I feel so bad for all those families and all those
couple of elderly folk that passed away as well. Rest in peace. Yeah. That's fucking.
It's just crazy.
Sad situation. I don't want to make any super crazy implications, but I mean, I did see a couple things on the interwebs that were kind of interesting. So it's Daryl Brooks. He's a rapper known as Math Boy Fly, and there's a crazy couple posts he had made on his artist.
Wait, what is it?
Math Boy Fly.
Math Boy Fly.
Yeah, his bitch
Such a
ass ain't selling another record.
Yeah, that's what.
Congrats.
That's very
Like,
weird.
pile
Yeah,
of
there goes his rap career.
That was
But
never starting.
yeah, but I mean, who knows though? Maybe he becomes like super famous from this. Like, there's a ton of rappers that have like killed people.
that's that's so fucked. That's a 50 Cent shit. But no, it's a concern thing for me is the rap account he had on his Facebook as for his like business and or music profile. He made some crazy posts. It was, I believe, June 9th, the timestamp was, of 2020, like peak of like the riots and protests last year. But there's a lot of violence going on too.
Yeah.
And he essentially, it's a paraphrase, like he said like, you know, we need to start taking out white people and even them old ones too, and like kind of just going off on like a pretty ignorant rant.
Yeah, that's pretty. And
that's pretty intense. And then he posted another thing where he's like talking about how you could get away with running someone over, and then obviously we just mentioned at the beginning of this, like he, you know, attempted to run over like his baby mama or like his girlfriend or something, like 3 days prior, and that's what he's out on like $1,000 cash bail for that, like 2 days prior to this.
That's just so, yeah, I don't know.
Waukesha, yeah. Well, this Waukesha parade, yeah.
Yeah, it was a Christmas parade. Well, and like
so
we said,
you gotta be such a fucking coward to those kids and those family members just trying to go about their day, just so vulnerable. It's fucked. It's very fucked. Not ready to defend themselves.
Well, like we were saying, like, you know, he's from. Like, I wonder if he's actually if he lives in Milwaukee. Like, cause
I think he does. I think he had it in his.
Okay, so
he
or
represented fucking
40 miles or whatever you said. What was it? 40 minutes or 40
miles? He had rep like east side Milwaukee or something. I believe in his bio on one of his music profiles.
Okay, so I don't know. It's just it means he like. Well, we were looking earlier before we started recording about the diversity of
we looked at
Waukesha.
a census of
the census report,
it was like, and we don't want to make the full implication that this might have been retaliation, but it's definitely not out of the question with the current political climate. But yeah, what Adam's saying is it's predominantly white, like
I just
middle
think it's
class
interesting
area.
that he drove.
It was like 89% of the census.
Like, what was he doing? I wonder what he was doing out there before. Like, what was he doing before?
Yeah, not that he's not. I mean, you're allowed to travel wherever, but like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I'm just saying
when you have a graph.
Yeah.
When you he had a tweet too that was very graphic about taking out white people and shit from last year. It's like that's. Yeah. I mean, that has to be relevant to some point because this dude. I mean, this is a mass murder event. This is.
Yeah. I mean,
bad.
I saw. Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah. I saw like a 9-year-old girl was in the ICU, and she was like a dancer. And like it's so like just this little girl, you know, fighting for her life, you know, because of this guy. Like, it's messed up. It's crazy that these people, you know, are just. It's crazy that people are capable of this, and you know that people also go to that extent where they feel like, you know, what the fuck, you know, like at a certain point, like this guy just had to have been like, oh well, fuck it.
No fucking regard for.
Yeah.
No regard for anything around him, like whatsoever.
I mean, his adrenaline must have been like through the roof going through that. I mean, can you imagine? Like, I just feel like he had to have been.
His soul's been gone for a while. You got to be like, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's weird.
Do you think? I mean, I don't want to. Again, I don't want to make like super big jumps to like conclusions here, but it is like I do think it is relevant that he made some of the posts he made, and like he had the crazy violent act 3 days earlier. It makes you wonder if like the temperature of the Rittenhouse case like trickled into it. Maybe he was just like, fuck this. Like, he gets out of jail and just like acts, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
he fucking acts on, you know, an impulse and anger, and you don't give a damn.
Yeah, I wonder if that had any effect into it. I mean,
very well could have. I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy to like.
It's not out of the realm of
because also Kenosha's 40 minutes from this place too.
But I just don't want to. I don't want to like
you can't
draw too many
correlation
lines.
is
Yeah,
not always causation. Like
it's not always.
I'm not
That's the
necessarily
thing,
saying
though.
fully conflate the two, but it is kind of weird. Like some of the statements he made. It's
Yeah,
pretty,
that's the thing though.
pretty
Like
weird.
it is weird. Yeah, I just don't want to. I hate like I said, like drawing those lines
cozy
and
here.
concluding and
Yeah.
coming up with the conclusions that may or may not be there, and like kind of like, I mean, like I do like a good conspiracy theory, but
For sure.
I just am not sure. I mean, like I said, I do think some of his comments are pretty crazy. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it is. I don't know. It is interesting. Like I wonder where was he?
It's tough for me to not acknowledge that. Like
No. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's
yeah. You're right.
regardless, even if there's no political implications, like we're in a bad way as a society right now. Like real bad. Like obviously there's economic implications. There's so much just mental health issues. Just stemming from a various amount of things, people dealing with just sudden, just the sudden bioweapon like released in our population, like all the economic catastrophe following it, and then you have all this just mass violence like everywhere, and just
Yeah.
a lot of just crazy things going on right now. But like the West is in trouble, man. Like I just was sorry. Much high, but yeah, just rant city, but
yeah, no, I agree. That is crazy to think, and I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, it's these violent video games and violent movies and stuff like that, but it does make you think, like, if that shit wasn't in movies and stuff, like, would that be happening? If that wasn't like in Grand Theft Auto,
I think it still would be happening. Because you
gotta
think a lot of people, especially like in inner cities, like people who are violent. They like that shit's like built in. Like people who do grow up to be violent, like that.
Yeah,
shit's,
you're right.
That shit's built into
right,
their own like.
I guess it's like
impulse response at that point. It's like muscle memory. Like that's how they were taught to like deal with trauma. It's just like
more violence. Yeah.
Fight or flight. They have like a fight or flight response to everything. It's because they either came from a broken home or they dated someone who was violent or like. Cousin, aunt, mom, dad was violent. Like, I'm not saying that excuses going out and doing anything crazy, but I do think that's where a lot of it stems from. I feel like in poor areas too, there's just a lot more. Like kids are more violent these days too. Even out here in the suburbs, people are crazy.
Oh, 100%.
Nutty out in the suburbs too.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I don't ever remember hearing about like middle schoolers or elementary school. I mean, just a little bit ago, we just saw that I think it was like a 10-year-old kid was trying to like do a school shooting. Like this kid is 10.
Yeah.
10 years old. When I was 10, I got an iPod, and I was so happy. Can you imagine, like, now these kids want to go to school and shoot up the place? Like, that's crazy. That's so wild. That never happened.
Someone that young. Like,
yeah, but I really feel like this is escalated though so quickly.
Yeah, I mean that's another reason I like hammering the whole lockdown situation. We've severely. I feel like that's where a lot of this violence stems from. There's been a lot of just pent up anger that's been fueled by the media, fueled by bad public policy, like all around, just isolating people in their homes for a way extended period of time, creating.
It's definitely not good for kids.
Turbulent economic situations, and then
we drove,
especially kids who are stuck. That's the thing. A lot of people don't talk about kids that are stuck in like domestic abuse, like filled households, and like, or they're getting abused and they've just been forced to be stuck with their abuser for more extended periods of time because of these lockdowns and restrictions. Like,
or these people that can't afford, like the parents that can't afford lunch, like the free lunch is their lunch. Their
like
only meal.
They're like very reliant on
on school meals. Yeah. There's a lot of kids that are like that, unfortunately. Yeah. And that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely. I hope.
It's sad.
I hope that, like. I mean, I want the truth to come out if it was the case where, like, this dude that drove through this parade had clear, like, political retaliation intentions. I would hope, that it came out and like that.
Sorry, this isn't working. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You got sound.
Sorry, I was like breathing
hear
into the
yourself now?
mic. Yeah, I hear it now. It's just kind of, it's very sensitive, so I just got to be careful. I can't I can't even hit it. So get out of here, don't touch me.
No, but if it was, so be it. If it was like some retaliation because of the Rittenhouse verdict or some political reason, just like go attack white people. Man, you gotta hope.
Well, someone
You gotta
was
hope
saying,
the other side of the coin doesn't like more retaliation doesn't come because we're gonna devolve into a serious crisis in this country.
I saw on
Political
Twitter
violence.
just a few minutes ago on the trending page it was trending. It was so I don't remember who it was. I don't remember the name. I wish I did. I'm sorry, but
You're good.
They,
when was it trending? Like just recently?
yeah, like just a few minutes ago.
Oh.
Like maybe right before we started. It was some. They were talking about. They were talking about some Black Lives Matter activists, and they were saying about how this is like the start of a race revolution.
Yeah, I
And-
saw that too. See, that type of rhetoric is not good. We're
Yeah,
gonna
it's
devolve
not like
into
that's
some fucking dangerous,
that is only
dangerous
only making
political
it worse,
violence.
yeah.
It's some dangerous territory here. If that's I did see that too. I'm glad you brought that up.
But you know
Yeah,
what?
I
I
think
do
Twitter took
feel
it down.
yeah.
Bro,
It's crazy.
it all falls on the media, man. That's what you're gonna hear.
Twitter taking it down. We tried to find documents for the last podcast for Epstein's
Yeah, we're gonna
case.
post them in the bio.
Yeah,
They
but
took
we
it
can't
down.
find them now.
It's garbage.
Twitter.
But no, I mean,
It's just crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that
definitely. What I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
definitely wouldn't hurt to have some guns.
I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Definitely would be hurt to have some guns and be pretty vigilant during these times. It's just gonna get worse. I know it sounds negative, but it really is. Like the economic ramifications aren't even here yet, full force. Once that becomes a thing,
I do think a
once
civil war is coming.
midterms heat up, and this 2024. If there's anything left, is just gonna be a disaster. Oh, we're gonna see things like we've never seen before. And
Do you think Joe
that's not
Biden
even
will
a
run
question.
again?
He's just said. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he did. He actually announced
I
it.
think he just
It said
confirmed
that he
yeah.
will.
Yeah, that'd be. So what do you?
Because I saw that they were thinking, okay, like
I did see some people speculating that maybe Pete Buttigieg and
yeah,
Kamala would be.
yeah, Kamala and
So that-
Buttigieg.
That would be a nightmare.
That'd be. I don't know, man.
I'd be
I
so
can't
good on
stand
that.
her. Dude, no, they don't even like her. Like Biden doesn't even like her.
Yeah, they do have some sort of weird clash going on right now. They keep throwing shade on each other in the
Well,
media. It's
I like-
funny. Hope
they
it's going
were
off.
talking about this on Timcast. Shout out to Timcast.
Beanie Boy,
Yeah.
Beanie Boy Tim.
They were talking about how Joe Biden went in for like a colonoscopy, like for like 2 hours,
Oh yeah,
and was put under, and
got that.
how he officially transferred power to Kamala Harris, and so for the first time in U.S. history, like a woman had the power of the full power of the presidency for 2 hours, but it was while
Yeah, on some cornball shit.
it
The
was-
fact that they even
yeah.
that's how much of a clown show the White House is right now. They're just acknowledging
No,
dumb, trivial
no.
shit like that on
Yeah,
Twitter.
but listen, like they made a good point on this. What's the other guy? Ian. Ian pointed out that
Oh, this little stoner head.
yeah, but like this kind of makes sense. They probably released that information to say that it was a colonoscopy because he's at the it was like a 6-hour hospital visit, okay? Like a full
Yeah, that's a little.
full everything, a full
Colonoscopy-
yeah, exam, yeah.
Colonoscopies only take like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
So
I just took my mom to get one. That's how I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, mom. But anyway, yeah.
so they were probably saying that it was for that because they didn't want people to think it was for like mental issues, like that it's like he's losing his
Maybe he's
Like-
got myocarditis. God,
they
that
were
would be a
thinking that
blessing
he
in
might
disguise.
have. They were talking, and this also makes sense, like that he might have, like, cancer or something, like a butt
That'd be
problem.
That'd be crazy.
Because like
yeah.
they were just talking about, they were playing clips of him farting. He was talking to.
Oh, I can't
they're-
believe we devolved into this post
They were-
topic we were
they
just talking about.
were talking about.
Oh my god.
He was at Britain. He was in the UK for
Yeah,
something.
the climate summit. He's
Yeah,
at the climate
and
summit in
he's
Scotland with all those other fucking
he, was,
idiots.
he was talking to someone and he's just let it rip, and
Oh yeah.
the person said it was like very uncomfortable because it was like very loud and it was long.
Probably smelled really bad too.
Old man fart.
Just dust.
Yeah.
Dust and fucking
Yes.
farts.
Yes, that's so funny.
It's so bad.
That's
That's the thing. That's what makes it worse is when there's a bad national situation like this parade, like you have these goofballs to fucking be the leadership and the messaging.
Yeah,
It's just it's terrible.
They were talking about this too. They were talking about this too on Timcast about how and I don't know if any of this is true, so I'm just going off what they said, but that Trump
Wow.
Trump refused when like Trump would go to get his colonoscopy, he didn't get put under for it, and that because he didn't want to like give power to Pence, like, and I was like, oh shit,
that's a new level of fucking ego. He's like, don't fucking put me under that fucking that fucking pansy ain't running this show for 15 minutes.
He's gonna out me.
Yeah. That's what a fucking egomaniac.
Yeah, I
dude.
thought when he said that, I was like,
Trump's
oh fuck, that's so
ridiculous.
funny. That's pretty funny. I wonder if that's true. I kind of hope that's true.
It probably is. Sounds very Trump-like.
It sounds very Trump-like. Yeah.
He probably, bro. He
to
likes,
not trust it, like
didn't
to
he
not
get the
trust
golden
it?
showers too? He probably, bro. Trump probably likes that shit.
Yeah.
Colonoscopies are probably dope for him. He's probably like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Melina have nice foraged cock. She trans, yes.
Well, speaking of Pence, we were talking about
all of a sudden Trump's Eastern European, I guess. So
he's
dumb.
banging in Eastern European. What's the proper term?
Broad.
No. Well, you said you said she has a penis.
Yeah.
So she-male?
Melania
Is that
totally has a penis.
Melania has a penis?
Probably.
I could see it, honestly. I could see it. I don't really think she's all that attractive. I think Ivanka's kind of cute. She's
Then she talks.
yeah. No, 100% I agree. Yeah.
It's like with all the Trumps.
Yes.
Like they like
Except
no.
I disagree with that.
Picture
they're not
it's
all
like,
good looking.
Yeah,
Just
no.
her.
Actually, some of the sons are ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
Donald Jr.'s kind of ugly. Blonde son.
I wish they had like a show
Barron.
like a Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but like just the Eric and
Bro, I wonder if
Don Jr.
you think Barron gets harassed at school.
Oh, 100%, totally.
That has to be terrible. You imagine
Well, dude, I mean, he's like a teenager now, though. So like when he, it's weird. Yeah, like I feel like he grew up like really quick. I mean, I guess it was
dad's like
4 years,
fucking
but
80.
yeah,
That's so weird.
yeah, he is old. Yeah, dude, Trump is old, man.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with us?
Yeah.
That's so weird. Like how?
Can you imagine being that old and having a teenager? Like that would suck.
It's because dude. These people don't care. They're living till. They're
living. They're
That's
living
a good theory for this. Yeah, they're fucking shapeshifters, dude. They're lizard people. They just change bodies.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's that
But,
reptilian agenda.
yeah. But no, it's fucking weird. And then Melania's like 50s, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. That
A
whole
model. Yeah.
there's a lot.
Model nude.
There's a lot
Our
of
first
fucking.
lady.
There's a lot of fucking
So
autism.
scandalous.
There's a lot of autism going on in the Trump family. Sorry, I know it's a bad comment, but
They got their vaccine. They got all the shots, all the vaccines. Not the COVID vaccine, all the other vaccines that cause autism. Do you remember when that was a debate?
Yeah.
Like just a couple years ago. Are you anti-vax? Oh yeah, I'm anti-vax. You're crazy. It doesn't cause Down syndrome. Now you're like actually like ostracized or Is that the right word?
Dude, the
Did I say
fact
that right? I don't think so.
that is crazy. This is one topic I guess we didn't intend to dive into, but there's a lot of crazy restrictions happening in some European countries right now.
Oh yeah. What is it?
Austria went full lockdown,
Yeah,
full
and they're
restrictions for everyone,
Yeah.
and policing. Germany too.
Yeah, like we saw a clip.
Netherlands too.
We saw a clip of the
cops.
police going to a mall
Yeah.
and like actually like
Stopping and frisking.
stopping people. Yeah, stopping people
It's
and asking
insanity.
for. But did you see also too that those people were wearing masks? So like, were they? They were wearing masks.
Yeah,
I'm
the
pretty
clip
sure.
we saw.
Yeah.
Definitely. But there's another clip I saw in the Netherlands. This cop just beating
Well,
this
no,
old
I'm
dude's
saying
ass.
I'm sorry. I'm saying the people at the mall that got stopped.
Yeah.
They were,
The people in the mall have masks on and shit. But
yeah, so that's crazy that they're wearing the masks
it's like
and
they
they're
have
getting
like a,
harassed by the fucking police over this.
Yeah.
Like it's like what will take it for the what's gonna be the end of this? What's our end game here?
There is no end game. It was never meant to end, Adam.
It is.
It's literally
yes,
never meant
it's crazy.
to end.
It's crazy. I just don't understand.
Well, dude, here. Let me show you this.
Yeah.
It's like a Netherlands clip. Just someone getting the tar beat out of him. Excuse me.
Hold on, I'm gonna grab my Red Bull over here.
Do it. Do it. Oh, here you go. Watch this on your way. Oh, it's the first clip. Yeah, this is fucked up, dude. Just fucking beating this dude's ass. For being outside. The fucking crime. Dude.
Wow.
Fucking.
Yo, they've got a police dog on them.
The police dog, dude, they had to like force the police dog to get on him because he didn't want to. Police dog was like resistant to doing it too.
It was because he was outside during a lockdown?
Yeah, well, Netherlands just put in one of those strict lockdowns too, like Austria did for the vaxxed and the unvaxxed, and so everyone, dude, there's been some crazy scenes out of Netherlands and Austria lately.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they're just beating the hell out of an old dude for the crime of being outside.
Dude,
pretty crazy.
That would be the end. Like that, I really don't think that would ever happen here.
If that started happening in
police-
America, we would devolve into
Yes.
full, just fucking blown violence
100%.
everywhere. I hope it doesn't happen. I think we're gonna kill each other for other reasons, if I'm being honest. But
that would be the start of like a civil. I really think that would be like the start of like the Civil War.
maybe.
That would put people over the fucking edge.
Do you think there's still enough people that try to enforce it? Like in cities, for sure. Like in cities, I think.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess in cities, that's a good point. In cities
There's still some normie folk out here that are goddamn weird about it. Like even in the suburbs.
Oh,
that are,
100%. Yeah.
So it's like, man. And how many people would stand by? Like, that's the thing. It doesn't even matter, like, if you have other people that are convinced, like, wow, we've gone really off the fucking rails here. You know what I mean? But, like, it doesn't matter how many people are convinced of that. It's like, how many people would actually, like, be willing to stand up to it and, like, not get physical or violent, but really just be like, nah. Like, we're not doing this. Like, march, get out in the streets, like, whatever. Like, because, I mean, they're going hard in Europe right now. Dude, there's been media blackout on freedom protests over the past like 6 months. Everywhere. Australia, all of Europe, like in the United States too. All like NYC's getting pretty crazy right now in California too because they're still doing fucking wild ass lockdowns.
Yeah.
For what? Like what? Like Adam said, what's the end game? There's no end game. Like it's ridiculous. It's like there's people that are still irrationally living in fear over this. And dude, don't get me wrong. If you lost someone during this time, like or had anything like that, like any sort of complications with a loved one, I'm like obviously deeply sorry. But at the same time, like we can't also just ruin other portions of society too, and like
we said, that these younger generations,
global
of
economy,
how it's messed them up. Like
all these kids are gonna be so goddamn behind in school now. And it's a huge developmental, age gap. Like when you're elementary school, middle school, like just going through adolescence. Like,
have you ever had a COVID test? You ever got one done?
Shoving it up.
Yeah.
Back your throat.
Yeah. So they had we drove by like a testing thing, and they have one near us, and we saw this family getting their a baby tested. Nice. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these parents? Like, getting their baby tested for this. Like, okay, it wasn't a baby. It was like I say baby,
small
but it was
dog.
Yes, it was actually a cat, a lizard.
That's
No,
yeah.
but it was like a toddler, and it's like, like listen, these a vaccinated
Can't get
adult is
comfy.
more likely to get COVID than a kid.
Yeah,
With-
more likely, and way more likely to show symptoms too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird.
What do you think? How do you feel about them like basically most institutions now are starting to try to change the fully vaccinated definition now to be 2 shots and a booster. What do you?
But it's also have you seen that I've also seen this too, that they're saying that you need to get the booster 6 months after your second dose, but they're thinking now too that it might after that after you get that booster, you might have to get that another booster every 6 months. I've
heard that applied.
That's
at least 4.
That's
I've heard so many people that are like hell no on boosters.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not getting a booster. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will never have it will never feel complete again. Like the world and all that stuff, like everything that has been affected by COVID, it's changed everything. Like people's mentality on life, people's mentality on business, and
I don't realize how many fucking
morals,
pussies live in our society, dude.
It's really changed people's moral thinking of how we should be treating other people and how we should be interacting with other people and whether or not we should be putting people at risk and whether or not that's a good or bad thing. And this is the thing too, I would say March of 2020, of course, be careful going out there. We didn't know shit about it. We're a year and a half or whatever into it. Every single person, you have to be living under a rock to be not exposed to COVID at least one time in the last year and a half. And that's the thing. We live in a pretty populous area. So to think that we still have not been fully exposed to it is crazy, because there's people that are also I got COVID, I'm not going to quarantine. So people are and now a lot of businesses out here don't have mask mandates. It's optional.
Just fine.
Yeah. But people that don't give a shit are gonna go out there and not quarantine and spread it. But guess what? Who cares? Everyone's already been at.
This shit's gonna make its rotation.
Yes.
There's nothing you can do to stop them. My friend and I were talking about that the other day too.
Yeah.
This is going to work its way through the population, whether you fucking hide in your house for 4 years or start going out right now. You're just delaying the inevitable if you're isolating yourself at this point. Or I mean, really, I don't know. To me, if you had any decent non fucking bureaucratic corporate sources, I feel like anything after 5 months into it, man, it started to get real fucking weird. And if you still are just rolling with the punches with the mainstream narrative, you might not be able to be saved.
I mean, if you're still rolling, you're right. You're not. I don't think you can be. If you're still rolling with, you're right, rolling with those mainstream punches, with the mainstream news, CNN, NBC.
I think you're a goner at this point. You have to be
listening to Dr. Fauci for all of the answers. It's not.
We're good.
It's not. I don't know. You're just not going to get all the answers. I mean, we were also talking
Fauci's
before.
A huge conflict
we were talking before also about how he handled the AIDS crisis in the 80s and how he created how he created a panic about
try to imply that it was airborne on ABC.
And how
multiple interviews.
And if you spend long-term contact, close contact with someone with AIDS, that you can get it. And on ABC, on an actual interview on TV, a televised interview, and he created a panic. Of course, that would create a panic. Something that's scary like that we have not experienced. I mean, he did the same thing with COVID.
He's actually
he wasn't successful then. He was successful now with this.
Well, the problem is he was made the judge, jury, and executioner in a lot of these decisions. He oversees a a lot of the emergency authorizations for the gov, and then he also oversees like, multiple health institutions, and then like, I mean, the Pfizer FDA crossover,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
with them
you're right, yeah.
executive exchanging is a total conflict of interest too.
Yeah.
That complicates the situation even more and incentivizes, government being in bed with these vaccine companies and trying to push it as much as possible. Yeah,
We're
wait.
just kind of talking about like conflict of interest. Him being on that board that
Yeah,
does the data function research.
yeah.
And
For the NIH,
yeah,
him and his colleague.
it's just
Francis
I don't know. It's just so
Collins.
yeah.
It's
It's interesting. It's interesting that people will really people will really believe anything. And I'm not saying like I know everything. I'm right about
Same.
everything.
We
Like,
have never claimed to be journalists.
I have done a complete 180 on all this COVID stuff. In the beginning, I was so like let's be cautious, let's be courteous,
Yeah.
and then now there's no going back. Like life has to continue and life has to go on, and whether or not we can, I guess I don't know. I was gonna talk about how COVID became, but I guess I don't really know if that.
No, that's fine. I mean,
I don't know.
I
lost my train of thought again.
My
I'm
biggest
sorry.
another question mark I have for a lot of normie folk and people that follow the mainstream. It's like how can you not be like the least bit curious about the origin at this point? We have confirmed contradictions of the NIH, like literally completely contradicting Fauci and saying that they actually did do gain of function research. They didn't use the government grant they received in the correct manner. You have Fauci lying under oath in front of Congress.
I really don't think there will ever be like a proper investigation into whether this
it very well could be that way, unfortunately.
We're never gonna find out. And you know what?
Sham and a half.
Yeah, it's just. I think that's mostly China's fault though. Like, if that happened in the United States, I do think there probably would have been an investigation, and even probably any other country.
Yeah.
But since it happened in China, they're we can even a good segue too to kind of go. Is to talk about that, just this Chinese censorship, but talking about that.
Take the ride on this for sure. Adam knows way more about this than me.
This tennis player that kind of disappeared.
No name off the top of your head? If anyone wants to look that up.
Peng. I don't know how to properly say it. Peng Shuai. Peng. That's her first name, and then Shuai is her last name. But she's a tennis player that has played in a bunch of the Olympics and
competed at high level.
Yeah, so apparently, here, let me pull up the article exactly so I can get proper dates.
No, you're good. Yeah, I know nothing about this. Adam brought this up last minute to me before we started recording this, and I was like, oh damn, we should definitely talk about that. It's pretty. It's weird. I don't even know.
Man, where did I put it? Sorry, I'm not prepared. I thought I was. Okay. So earlier this month, I'm trying to find out exactly where it said. November 2nd. That's what the article says. This is from USA Today. So I was reading one earlier that was from New York Times. But basically
I'm sending you a crazy link right now. Don't read it.
Okay.
Just ignore it.
Okay.
Save it for after this. But yeah.
So she on China's version of Twitter alleged that the vice premier, which is basically their China's
Chinese vice president.
Yes, their vice president sexually assaulted her, and but also claimed that they were on an on and off again relationship. So it is a little confusing.
So it's like a total mixed bag there.
Yes, yeah. So, but
damn,
still, went on China's is a very popular Olympian. You know, like we got a lot of Olympians and or like famous tennis players over here. Like, you know, look at like Serena Williams. It's like the Serena Williams of China. You know,
For
like
sure.
someone
That's what they
very
made the
fucking
equivalent to
yes,
seem to be able to
very
be.
fucking popular.
Well, what happened after that revelation was made? Didn't she? You're saying she disappeared?
Disappeared.
How long was this disappearance for?
I think it was like 5 days. Or wait, no. 2 weeks? Oh shit.
Damn. Either way, that's a long period of time. Because I mean,
I'm sorry.
no, you're good.
I don't remember. Man, I lost my original article I had, and I wish I had it. I don't remember.
Well, the point I was trying to get at is, didn't you say there were multiple, like, high-level tennis players kind of speaking out about it and, like, really, like, starting to poke
like
questions at
talking
it? Like,
about
where the fuck's she at?
Where
Like,
is she at? Where is she at? So yesterday, she appeared on like a video call with
Okay.
the head of like the head of the Olympic Committee. So just the head of the Olympic
Committee. And that was, like, the
Committee.
first initial
That's the first time anyone's
communication
heard
she's
from her.
had in at least
in
5 days.
At
assuming,
least
just off the
5
top of your
days,
head,
yeah.
off your memory. That's crazy. Oh, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, 2 weeks. Nearly 2 weeks later. Yeah. 2 weeks.
That's
So-
that's really fucking weird.
Yeah. Because, I mean, she just appeared. So, this happened November 2nd. So,
Yeah.
it's just to think that, like, they're capable of doing this. And I know they did this with, I think there was like it was some business owner over there, too, that
Like, spoke out against the government.
spoke out against the government and then disappeared. And I know this happened in Hong Kong just a little bit ago. I think this might be the same story, but he
For sure. I'm
got-
following.
he was arrested in Hong Kong, you know, and it's like
Uh-huh.
yeah, and that, you know what, Hong Kong is interesting, like that whole situation with Hong Kong, like in the are you familiar with
Yeah,
like
how they essentially are like fucking North Korea, and they've basically blacked out
yeah, so like
literally everything.
so like it was like it belonged to the British, and in 1999 it was
Oh, you're going way back. Okay.
transferred over to China, but on the promise that they would not interfere
Sure.
with any single thing, anything, the economy,
Like no human
nothing,
rights issues.
nothing.
Yeah, there's a ton going on.
yeah,
because
for 50 years.
because that's the haven of like slave labor too, if I'm not incorrect, right?
What Hong Kong?
Hong Kong, yeah, that's where like a lot of slave labor.
Oh yeah, that's a
takes
lot
place,
of
for sure.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure a lot of stuff is made from Hong Kong. Like it's made in
Yeah.
Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's like mass
And-
production.
Yeah.
For sure. I've seen that.
Oh, well, sorry.
And I mean, obviously, like all manufacturing is in China, essentially. So, like that goes without saying.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we've talked
But
about
it's
that
just-
before, but
It's just interesting that like like the UK and China went up with this agreement. Like they both came up to it and signed it and agreed to it that they would not interfere. Like they would peacefully hand over Hong Kong.
I literally did
on-
not know this.
Yeah,
This is
so
great.
they would peacefully hand over Hong Kong. Nothing, no war, no conflict, nothing.
So that's why this is like just now in like the digital age like come out. Then I'm assuming that there's like crazy shit going on, like, and it's not being talked about. In
Wait,
Hong
what do you
Kong.
like in China, or are you saying in Hong Kong?
That's why it's just like coming out like in the past 10 years because like the internet.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because
100%.
They had that fucking crazy
Yes.
like
Yeah.
dictator type.
Well, I mean,
like,
like back then, like it
Don't
was.
ask, don't tell kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck?
But that's the thing. Like they wouldn't. I don't think China would be out of their mind to do it right away. Like okay, in 1999 this happens, and
Yeah.
they just automatically like roll some tanks into Hong Kong. Like, oh no, that you just did this. Like, well, no, hold on. We'll wait like 10 years, and then we'll do something, and people will kind of forget about this. And then
when's that? Do you know when that expires?
I
That
think
could
like
be.
2049.
Wow.
I think it is.
Wow.
Because it's 50 years.
Oh yeah, you said 99. Duh.
Yeah.
I'm fucking yeah. You said
Yeah,
99
so
initially when
that's
you were.
what I'm saying.
That's
Peacefully
insane.
hand over Hong Kong, the whole island, all the islands that belong to Hong Kong, and if you don't interrupt us for 50 years. And I seriously, I think it was just less than 10 years that they started like doing stuff. And like there's a huge border, like there was a big border now that was built that's kind of starting to be taken down. You know, like you would have to check in whether or not you're going into Hong Kong or China. You know, they're starting to take that down too.
Yeah.
The police are just become like just a puppet of the communist regime over there. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Writers.
I've seen a lot of those videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
People
It's
getting captured.
the
Holding them like Assange and
yeah,
shit.
the
like,
umbrella
essentially, it's probably a decent comparison.
protest. I think that's what it's called, the umbrella protest, where it was a bunch of like the citizens of Hong Kong got protested in the streets, but they all brought umbrellas to like
to conceal their.
Not
they
only
wear like masks.
well,
and
yeah,
shit.
but like also for the tear gas, because the
Oh,
police were
yeah,
tear
yeah,
gassing
tear gas
the
bombing
protesters, and it would like clear out the way, or like they throw tear gas on them and it would kind of bounce off. And
Interesting.
it's just
Tactics to try to defend yourself.
Yeah, but that's what they're using. Like that's what it's crazy about. Like, and that's what happens. Like when you take away guns, not to be like one of these like far right yahoos, but I'm just saying like if you take away these guns, like these people got their guns taken away, and now they're in the streets fighting with umbrellas.
Look at Australia right now.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
They had guns that should be.
Yeah.
I never want to hear. Again, I don't want to sound like a right-wing Yahoo either. But, I mean, we'll see how, obviously it's a fluent situation. We'll see how that plays out here. But I never want to hear, after these past 20 months, anyone talk down on our ability to defend ourselves with a gun ever again. So I feel like it really has, like, been the ultimate, like, we're like one of, like, maybe a handful of countries, like developed countries that are, like, still semi-free. And I think that that's not the only reason.
That's the thing, dude. I don't know if there's any country that is actually free.
I'm just saying to like relative to like 2019, like the 2019 standard, like we're the closest out of most developed Western.
You really think so?
Areas, yeah, to being like semi-normal. Like we're not normal at all.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like a lot of that though changed, like considering like but I guess every person's like view of normal is different. Like that's very objective, you know, and like I feel like or subjective. I'm sorry.
Subjective.
Sorry. Yeah.
No,
sorry.
I got what you meant.
Whoopsies. Yeah. So I just feel like. Wait, what were we just talking about?
Oh no, we were just
subjective. Normal. Oh, like Trump, 2016.
In comparison to. I'm just saying, like, relative to 2019, I feel like we're out of all the developed nations, we're somewhat the closest. I'm not saying we are.
I don't even think in 2019. I would say like 2015. I would say 2015 we were like
still semi-decent.
I feel like 2015 was like our prime. You know, like the
end of Obama.
Yeah, end of Obama. He's peacing out. Trump just got elected,
terrorist.
maybe, or he's running. Everyone's like,
yeah.
He's gonna lose.
The Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie's all pissed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, because I really feel like the world saw us differently then, because they were like, "Oh yeah, no, they're not gonna vote for Trump." And then when he when he became president, everyone's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like, look at. And it's not even just us. Like, it was us. Like, half of our country was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Plus, the majority of the world was like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
For sure.
Oh, 100%. Me too. Looking back on it, should I have been so hard on the man? No, I should not have been.
No, probably not.
Yeah. Compared to old man Biden.
If we compare, like, Biden's rap sheet and Clinton's rap sheet and Obama and Bush...
Oh,
I really don't think.
Yeah, speaking of
all
Biden's,
those presidents are owed way more fucking flack than Trump. Trump deserves a lot of flack. Don't get me wrong. But
but like
a lot of our previous presidents deserve way more on a way greater scale.
Well, I just think that, but maybe it's too soon to tell. But like thinking about long-term effects that these presidents have had, like Biden had that crime bill, and just thinking about
the 90s crime bill.
Yeah. The disaster that was, and the non-violent crimes that it
Yeah,
that
getting locked people
getting
and
long-term
mandatory
prison
minimum
sentences for
sentencing.
and long-term.
Can't get a job and shit because you're
Yes,
sticking
yeah,
them with petty victimless felonies.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
not good. Not good.
Sagar was making this point.
Sagar's great.
Yes.
Love Sagar.
Yes, and it's a great point that a part of this Build Back Better plan is to give the IRS like $800,000.
Oh yeah, to really
or $800 million
to
or
really
something.
start tracking more people's financials,
Yeah.
which is.
Which
I mean,
is
bro,
gonna be
that shit was all out there before it got passed. Like, there's so many intrusive things built into this bill.
So
like,
it's
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, that's been something that's been talked about very frequently lately.
So it's
One
like
of
the
the
same
more-
exact
more-
thing. Like
yeah.
these people that are being non-violent offenses are gonna be,
You're going to create more money crimes.
Yes.
Or social
Yeah,
crimes.
yeah, yeah. And he,
or however you would want
yeah.
to put it.
and they're just trying to go.
So the same thing they're doing with the federal laws with weed too, but continue. We'll
Yeah.
get into that.
Well, they were just saying like, oh well, this spending plan, this whole thing, this whole package is not. We're not going to have to pay for a penny. With this, we're gonna pay for all this stuff with money that we're owed from the people. The people aren't paying their taxes. We're gonna have to pay us, and we're gonna finally get our. Finally get our money.
Tax the rich while they're
the rich. Yes.
making tax breaks for a ton of rich people in this bill.
Exactly.
Is that where you were going with it?
No.
Oh,
but
okay, because
close,
that's happening too.
Close.
Continue.
But the reason that these rich people are not paying their taxes is not because they're just not paying them. It's they're legally not paying their taxes.
Yeah, because there's loopholes.
There's all the loopholes.
Yeah, for sure.
Instead of going
Malik
after,
and I were talking about this the other day.
Instead of going after all of the different loopholes that people are using to not pay their taxes, they're gonna go after the everyday man that is has a cash side job.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
They're gonna come take my sports bankroll. Like, fuck you, Kyle.
Yeah.
39% fucking
I don't know. It's weird.
gains tax. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, there's a lot of intrusive shit in that bill. It's a lot. It's a lot of spending that is going to put us in more debt. A lot of I don't know. I
just think it's crazy that like in
I love how we can just spend.
They're what is her name? Jen
Psaki.
Yes, she was
Dumb
saying
bitch.
on a.
She's so annoying.
She is annoying. She was saying on a press conference that
our past two press secretaries have been fucking goofballs.
Dude, I will. Wait, who's the first one? The one before this?
Kayleigh McNamara.
Oh
yes,
yes. I did not like her.
Both of them.
Sarah
are just
Huckabee Sanders.
Flat brains, dude.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders was amazing. The
You
way
think so?
dude, the way she commanded that room, like it was.
Stick up her ass the whole time.
Yeah, she's like, "Don't you fucking talk to me. Don't." Miss Sanders, did the president actually take a shit on a kid? What the fuck are you talking about? Shut your fucking mouth. Like she laid down the law with all those reporters. She didn't let anything fly. You know who was another good one? I mostly like to like. It was more out of comedic value. Was
you're gonna say
Sean. What's his last name?
Say Bush's guy. Right? Is that who you're thinking of? Is Bush's press secretary?
No. This was his. Sean Spicer.
Oh yeah.
I loved seeing this man like fumble on stage and just trying to figure out what he was trying to say.
Clown.
Like, I don't know.
He had George Bush.
He had
vibes,
a tough job though.
Yeah,
he had a tough job though, like trying to defend Trump, like right when he fucking got elected.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That would not have been an easy job for anybody. I don't think that would have been. Actually, I don't think that'd just be an easy job in general.
You need an asshole to do that.
And that's why Sarah Huckabee Sanders was the best. All the
dumb shit they would fucking accuse Trump of, dude. That is so many things that have been proven to be false. I feel like all of them have been proven to be false at this point. But they won't ask about Epstein. Weird. Why won't they ask about that, Adam? Why? There's multiple complaints, criminal complaints against him and Epstein. But
Yeah.
Russia. Russia. God, I'm so sick of it.
You're sick of Russia?
No, I'm sick of the lies from the media, dude. Like Russiagate. That was
That was bad, yeah.
That's
But
what
that's
I
the
was
thing. Do you
referring
think,
to.
like,
And
what do you
just
think
fucking
is
around with-
worse? Like, you know, because we were kind of talking about, like, the censorship earlier. What do you think is worse? Do you think actual censorship is worse, or like the fake news, like this creating fake content for views, or purposely skewing people's beliefs? Like, what do you think is worse? I don't know. I think that might be worse.
Censorship, I think, is worse because
Okay, you're yeah.
because there can still be that entity that you mentioned that's
But I feel
propagating
like-
lying, but if you are able to, counter it, or certain dissenting voices are allowed to share their opinions and
I just
offer
think
their facts that they think disproves.
I just
their
think it's
narrative.
hard though. Yeah, okay, you're right. And that exists like now, with like
But I think
with
with censorship,
Crystal and
you take that
Sagar
away. I mean,
yeah.
it makes the other instance you talked about.
But I feel like we kind of
propaganda
have
machine.
some sort of like there are laws in place, to kind of
for sure.
create that censorship while it might not actually be censorship. Like look at the
Soft censorship.
yeah.
Like where they can, or even that
Yeah.
they can just the fact that they can just fill your feed with ads for like related
Yes.
searches,
But, like,
so
even
that
look
clog
at-
up things that you're really just not interested in is like a interesting way to like dilute
Yeah,
your
yeah.
feed. Just like little passive things like that, like being like overwhelmed with ads in your feed, or like just suggesting things, or like
Well, I'm taking two more like even like if you look at like the presidential candidates, like the libertarian candidate, how
Yeah.
they never get on a debate, like how they basically can't get on a debate. Like that's kind of like a censorship.
Kind of censor, yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, 1,000%. And it makes it so like there's like this weird. People think there's like this
Weird
clear
stigma,
black and white
yeah,
option, but that's not the
it's-
case at all. Like,
why- yeah, and
it's very cookie cutter on both sides. Like that's being presented.
yeah.
It boxes people in to make a shitty choice, which is, I mean, it's not good.
But what I'm saying, like
we need to have
these
open
people.
primaries.
Well, I feel like there's just such a hold over the mainstream media, and and with that comes all the politics and the president and
Yeah.
what they are, and it's like if you don't conform to all of these views, and the views are basically the same, the liberals and conservatives, it's basically the same thing in reality.
They all revolve around.
They all revolve
three
around
main
the same.
topics.
Yes, and the differences really aren't that much. And
with how they vote, especially in the Senate and Congress. Yeah, the differences. That's what people don't like. They're all going to vote the same on spending bills, the same on war bills, the same on bills for Israel. The same on not getting Medicare for all, the same on
they
not
just
regulating
create this
corporations,
just
corporate greed.
fake
Like
polarization.
yeah,
And it's like
the right wingers are like the controlled opposition right now.
Yeah.
Well, they have been for a while. I think. I feel like the neoliberal takeover has been pretty real for a long time. Even Bush is kind of like. It's always like rubbed elbows with the more neoliberal types, and kind of like strays along the same line.
I remember
policy-wise too.
Do you remember if it was it this year or last year or something when Ellen was it like a baseball game with George Bush?
Oh yeah, that's so
and
funny.
Everyone's like, "What the fuck?" All up in arms because she's hanging out with George Bush.
I wouldn't really want to caught. I wouldn't want to be caught hanging out with George Bush.
I wouldn't want to be caught hanging out with Ellen.
It's that, yeah, that too. She was on I think she was on Epstein's flight log, I think, or some sort of list with Epstein.
Oh,
I
really?
think. I'm pretty sure. I mean, don't
A
quote me on that.
lesbian?
Sorry, Ellen.
Wow.
If I just fucking
Ellen, you dirty dog.
falsely claim that.
You
but no, I'm
dirty
pretty
girl.
sure.
I don't know anything about that, but I do know that
obviously neither do I.
Ellen is not funny. I'm going to say something controversial, and I'm going to say it again.
Ellen's a cunt.
Ellen is not funny. She's famous for dancing.
Essentially.
That's it. That's basically it.
It's just stale
And scaring
celebrity
people. She scares her guests.
Bro,
So,
her having Kanye on was one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
You remember when Kanye went to the White House and saw Trump?
Yeah.
They had that meeting.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good.
That was a huge stir in the media.
Yes, it was. That was all over.
They're like, we can't have these people talking to
Yeah.
Trump. It's not allowed. I think
That's
biggest.
interesting though that he was like I'm referencing our last podcast when we talked about the Epstein papers or whatever the document was that he's
Oh yeah, the
wrapped
large,
up in that.
the
Yeah,
large complaint that was made against him. That
Yeah.
just now surfaced like a year ago.
that is very interesting. It's
Yeah.
interesting that he is wrapped up in that. So
Are you talking about Kanye?
yeah,
Yeah, it is weird. It's what makes it even weird? It's like, dude, did they put him out in the media just like hang him out to the dry? Like, as one to like, just be like, all right, we're just gonna ruin you, dude. Like, and we're gonna,
yeah.
it's gonna be the slow start right now. And
Well, I wonder if that has.
Cause it is weird that like Kanye like, I don't even know if it's hard to take Kanye seriously sometimes. I think sometimes he means well, but then he's dating a Kardashian. And
No, he's not. He got divorced.
Well, he was.
He was.
I mean, you have to be
Yeah,
pretty
he has
fucking
a few
wild.
kids, yeah.
You'd be pretty
But I
wild.
wonder if
to have
that has anything to do with his divorce. I wonder if Kim Kardashian was like,
Maybe. That is true. I mean, Bill Gates just got a divorce too.
yeah, over this, yeah.
Yeah, directly over the Epstein stuff. It was cited by his wife.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Ooh, that's interesting. I wonder. I'll have to ask Kim Kardashian.
I mean, it would make sense because they have really hammered in the media and just can continue to stroll him out over like these weird like.
Well, it was like he had like mental breakdowns.
He's like grifting, dude, or something. Like, I don't even know. Or maybe he realizes what he was involved in, and he's like one of the few that feel remorseful, and he's just having a mental breakdown, like in real time. He's like trying to like softly expose it or something.
Yeah, he's did something bad, has a mental breakdown, but he also has, like 45 million Twitter followers. So
Yeah.
like, it would just so happened they're gonna read his mental breakdown. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And maybe that's why he's like having some sort of internal conflict. It's because he knows he's fucked. Beyonce too. That was crazy. Beyonce was on that list.
Yeah.
And a lot of large record labels. Were
Yeah. Like I said,
like Def Jam and Sony.
Sprint.
Yeah. Walt Disney. Watch the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. 29th. Save the date.
Yeah.
Save
I don't
the
know if
fucking
you
date.
can. I don't know if you can watch it on TV though. I'm not sure if you can do that. I don't know. If
I'm not saying. I guess I'm saying figuratively. Just
yeah.
pay attention
Keep
to
it
it,
in.
please.
Yeah. That's a good. Yeah.
This is why I will say this. This is kind of just like a quick Kyle rant. Issues like that and other mainstream blackouts on really important topics, I think, is a big reason why I started this pod. I think more young people really do need to just have these tough conversations and address these. Just like various amount of like very, very significant topics in our country that aren't talked about. Whether it be over sexualization, like.
Oh yeah, that's a good topic.
Just fucking
That's a good topic. Porn.
Substance abuse, like there's so many different things, but especially politically too. I think young people need to fucking embrace being more active politically and not being so polite as a culture. Have tough conversations. Like that's why we started this.
This is why we started.
This is
But
exactly why we started this.
You kind of did
and
mention
also
a
to
good
make
point.
it chill, kind of
Yeah.
too, and just have some normal dudes just talking about it, not be so like weird.
We do try to kind of have a plan like going into this, but like we do kind of get off topic a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But you brought up a good topic was over sexualization of things, and I attribute that to porn 100%. I think
Porn,
free
the dating
online
apps.
not even like free online porn has like ruined kids. I know shit.
I know so many.
I'm just saying
men
in personal
and women
I'm
that
saying
have-
with personal experience. I know I've seen way more shit than anybody should.
Yeah,
And,
for sure. I feel
like-
like a lot of people our age feel that way.
And that's because,
It desensitized us and like made
like
us
my parents never had like a
lustful,
safety
very
block.
lustful.
Like a filter on. So like, I'm in,
Same.
yeah. So nice.
Bro, we'd always show people the weird ass videos at my mom's house when we lived at Romeo. Like 2 girls, 1 cup and shit. Like what the fuck is wrong? Like,
Dude, I
what?
remember seeing this one video of a girl. Okay, those like little like basketballs.
Yeah, this
she,
is. I don't like where this is going.
She like had like 4 or 5, and she shoved them down her butthole.
Nice.
So she was essentially like pushing them out, and it was just like a bunch of balls like coming out, dude. It was funny. I saw a girl one time.
Adam was so excited to talk about porn. Continue.
There was another. It was pretty gross, but it was a girl. She had her. One of my friends sent me this. Girl. It was this poor girl. She had her butthole gaped open, and somebody had poured milk in cereal.
Jesus Christ, dude!
They had like a spoon.
There's a whole big time generational thing with those videos.
It's messed up. Like I feel like. It's crazy. It's
huge
bad.
Another huge issue with internet porn is how relevant it is to have trafficked individuals on it, have
how easy. Oh yeah, you could totally
young
have
individuals, minors on it. Porn has done a number on a lot of generations.
I feel like
made us so lustful and like
there was our high
misguided.
Kyle and I went to the same high school, so there was a go Bulldogs.
Rawr.
They had
Look out, bro.
So
Adam's feeling it.
They had there was some forum. It was like an anonymous forum that you could post to, and they had some people would like just post other people's nudes on there, but they've cracked. I feel like they cracked down on that, where that website got like taken down, like because like people do like revenge porn.
And that's fucked up too. That's a whole nother issue, because you have you have minors posting pictures of minors, and it's really just like fucking
yes. Oh yes.
It's really kind of embarrassing and humiliating for the people who sent those pictures. I feel like that is but
I feel like a lot of people didn't even realize that was a thing. Like that
a lot of
website
dudes
existed.
A lot of dudes probably wouldn't agree with me on this, but I feel like you have like a mutual understanding when something gets sent like that you probably shouldn't fucking post it somewhere.
Yeah. Yes.
It's really fucked up.
Okay,
actually.
Maybe. Yeah. No, I can even. While I don't necessarily agree with showing anybody, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, hey,
it's
Kyle,
personal.
here,
Yeah.
Look at my girlfriend or my fiance.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. You just show me videos of you jerking off.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But to put it out there on the internet to where it's not going away.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's never really deleted. That's pretty messed up. That's a whole other level.
Yeah. So,
what else were we going to talk about?
I don't know.
We kind of talked about we talked about China and the Chinese player, about how she was missing. Let's talk about Biden. I love talking about Biden. Let's talk about Hunter Biden. Oh, let's talk about this diary. Did we talk about the diary yet?
No, we haven't talked
daughter's
about the diary.
diary.
Yo, let's.
That got.
You trying to smoke to cap this episode off real quick?
Yeah. On air?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know about that. I don't really know if I want to do that.
Okay, that's fine.
We can take a break though for a second if you want.
Let's take a break.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about the Bidens. We're going to talk about Joe Biden.
Love Joe.
And Hunter Biden. See, I'm telling you.
There's some great videos. Speaking of online porn, there's some great fucking videos of Hunter just getting down with some Russian hookers. I posted it in my story one time. You should look it up. It's fucking.
I love
so
that
proud
one
of us.
picture, dude. I love that one picture of him. Is he in a diaper? It looks like he's in a diaper.
Oh yeah. That's a
like
great fucking picture. Hunter's a fucking American hero.
I love it.
He fucked.
We gotta talk about Hunter Biden more.
Yeah,
have we talked about him yet?
No, Hunter Biden's a piece of shit. He fucked his late brother's
wife. Yeah.
That's
so crazy.
Yourself.
That's so wild.
Die.
Can you imagine?
Literally rot.
Yeah. Can you imagine their
talk
kids
about Biden
going
real
through
quick.
that? Like, oh shit, my mom's dating my uncle. My dad's dating my aunt.
What
Like,
makes it worse is that he comes out in the press and talks about it. He's like all like acting all. I remember reading about this.
yeah,
a lot.
he was like,
acts
oh yeah,
all,
we
acts,
both.
acts all remorseful. Like, yeah, we were both just grieving. It was
Well,
a mistake.
yeah,
Like,
this
why
love
would you
came
even
from something.
Why would you even comment on
Yeah.
that, bro?
This
Like, why-
love came out of a very sad and, sad time. That
Yeah.
no, that is. I wouldn't even comment on that. I would act like it didn't even fucking happen.
Yeah, that's not something I would like publicly like walk out.
It's weird. But that's the thing. They don't have like they don't care. Like,
It's shameless.
yeah.
They're fucking shameless,
well,
dude.
like okay, like we were talking about.
Fuck you, YouTube.
What happened?
Oh no, I just got a random email.
Oh.
YouTube says they're updating their terms of service. I told them
Oh.
to get fucked. I'm just kidding. I didn't
Yeah.
look at it. But anyway.
I kind of mentioned the diary. Ashley Biden had a diary that was.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know about?
Oh,
this?
because in the South District in New York. Okay, because Project Veritas obtained it somehow.
Somehow.
Like, legally, supposedly. from what
yeah.
they claim. And then the South District in New York, apparently this admin just fucking sent the Fed dogs on him, like, and went and obtained this diary from Biden's daughter, which that is actually a crazy story. The FBI is on the offense against Project Veritas and James O'Keefe right now. And whatever you think about James O'Keefe's politics, I don't care, because
Yes.
he's exposed so many things at this point, and he is the reason why the Epstein story like became so big on multiple instances. He also helped blow up like different undercover reporting about the security measures at the where Epstein was getting held, and he killed himself. He didn't fucking kill himself.
Yeah, you're
But-
right. He was like one of the first people to talk about that.
Yeah, James O'Keefe really blew the lid open on all the
But
whole
I-
Epstein
you
situation.
could-
So
you
whatever you think
could-
about his politics,
Yes, but you could really
the
compare
FBI shouldn't be
him,
fucking raiding him, bro.
Yeah,
That's
you could
so
compare
dangerous.
him to
Have-
Julian Assange,
Yeah,
to where he's
Sure.
just like the
it's just leaking all and going undercover,
Julian,
all this crazy shit.
While Assange is more, I would say, left leaning than
Yeah, James O'Keefe's like center right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the thing. We can't have.
But
people
I mean,
need to be-
Assange is like center left though. Like Assange is like where Glenn Greenwald is. Like Glenn Greenwald is a liberal, but like he's very principled and
Yeah.
like old school. Like I feel like you.
No,
I
that's
feel like
like-
that's what you and I are. Like you and I are like old school, like kind of like center lefty type people. Like we're not like nationalists, but like we also like try to stay principled and like are also very like pretty
Very-
anti-establishment
and also
like,
skeptical. Yeah.
Yeah, like very
We
skeptical.
know.
like
Yeah. We know that we've been bullshitted so many times.
yeah,
We know
we're,
that
we're not impartial
the-
to calling out either side.
the
either. Like,
government
we
has
have, you'll see
lied
that
to.
throughout all of our episodes
Yeah.
we post going forward. No one's safe.
No.
But
Well, we're just we're not stupid. We look at
and there's a lot of people. Dude, people aren't stupid in general. Like
No.
a lot of people are starting to wake up to this shit. Dude.
I do think a lot of people are starting to wake up to it, but people
Scary,
are
though. A
also
lot of people
very
are
stupid
and confused.
to where they're just like we said we're talking about earlier. They're gonna read and just regurgitate anything that is said, and they're gonna look at
Yeah.
one source. My parents are that way. I know
Sure.
so many people that are that way, where they just look at one source.
I just
and
got my mom
that's
watching Dave Smith. These
very
past 2
nice.
weeks.
Good.
It's so awesome. I feel like
Good.
my
Good
mom
for
is
her.
almost radicalized. It's fantastic in a productive way.
Yeah.
I don't want her to be like paranoid soon at home, but
Yeah. Well, it's just, I don't know. It's just, like, people need to realize that you cannot get your information from one place. You have to look around. You have to, everybody has an objective. And that's kind of what we're saying, like, with this fake news,
Yeah.
versus,
the
censorship,
censorship
to kinda
and
go
then
back on that.
propaganda.
it's like, it's
comparison,
kind of, everybody's got their own, priorities and their own motives behind pushing stories or,
Yeah.
stopping stories from being published or, wanting to always look good and have no, like,
Oh man,
that was good.
bless you.
Sorry. I've got COVID.
Ah,
I'm just kidding.
fuck. I gotta go. No, just kidding. Super spreader.
All right, we're gonna take a break for a second. We'll be right back. Okay.
Biden only.
Yeah,
Short clip episode
Yeah.
coming. Thank you for watching. the first few uploads we've had. We're going to step up our fucking meme game and clip game on the Instagram.
That is true.
We're going to comment and troll more. It's going to be a great time.
Yes.
Because we all need
We're going to try and do this every Monday. So we're going to try and do like
the government together.
I don't know if it'll be posted on probably. I guess it depends on how long.
Expect uploads on Tuesday to hold us accountable.
Yeah.
Expect and hold us accountable the fucking Tuesday and Wednesday at the latest.
Yes.
If nothing's uploaded by Wednesday, it is my fault.
Yeah, Kyle.
No one else's. It's my fucking fault.
I am taking no responsibility in this.
He shouldn't take it. It would literally, most of this gear stays in my house.
It was mobile today, yes.
It was mobile today, but it's my fault if it doesn't get uploaded.
But if you like the setup too, dude, we can be
we can be mobile all the time. This don't take much to move. But yeah, thank you for watching. We're gonna obviously post once a week, maybe more.
No. I'm just kidding. We can do whatever.
Wow, what the fuck? But yeah. Subscribe, share with your friends, tell the globalists to get fucked, and good night.